Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Bitcoin market review for the 28th of October 2022. And again, before we get into the price action and the setups, we look at the economic calendar for yesterday. And we can see we had a high impact news event at 8:30 a.m. and then two more medium impact news events at 10 a.m. And if we look at price, we can see the 8:30 a.m. high impact news event had quite an impact on price, as it drove price lower below this low, taking out liquidity below this low, and then it started the up move higher. And then you can see here the 10 a.m. candle, which is quite a big bearish candle, which also had some impact on price and drove price back into this fair value gap right here, prior to price then going higher. Okay, so I think we should get right into the setups. So yeah, overall very nice price action yesterday. I mean, there were not that many setups yesterday, but overall it was quite nice price action and we had a nice directional move. So yeah, that's why I say quite nice price action. Okay, so the first setup was here on the 1 minute chart. Right here, this down move, you can see price, sorry, that's what I wanted. Price pushed lower, right like this, and you can see pushed lower, took out this low. There are still some lows right here to be taken. So price pushed lower, then comes back up into a premium, into the fair value gap right here, goes into the fair value gap, stays there a bit, and then eventually sells off right here, consolidates a bit, sells off further to take out this low and go into this imbalance right here. So yeah, quick setup on the 1 minute in the morning. That was at like 1 a.m. and then there was another setup at like 1:40 a.m. right here, from this low to this high. You can see price then pushed lower into a fair value gap, which was in a discount, stayed there for a bit. You can see price stayed in this fair value gap for quite some time, touched this down close candle right here, which is the order block. On this occasion it pushed a little bit into it, but as you can see, the bodies of the candles respect the fair value gap and the order block, and then price reversed and pushed higher to take out this high. So that was the early morning high at like 1:15 midnight. So yeah, clean setup on the 1 minute, and from the 1 minute we jump to the 3 minute, where we have our next setup. And our next setup is all the way right over here, as there was not really a setup in this down leg, so no good setup on this down leg. And then price reversed, came back up, and right here is where we have another setup from this low. Actually, we can take this low, this is also a swing low, to this high right here. You can see we pushed up into this fair value gap, a little bit more than halfway, but we did not fully fill it yet. So, and there is an order block right here, so we kind of expect price to push up and touch this order block and fully reprice the fair value gap. So price then comes back down. Here is a big fair value gap, which price reprices, so it fills this in, goes into this order block right here. This down close candle is the order block, goes into that, consolidates here for a bit, and then pushes up once more, fully repricing the remaining fair value gap and touching the up close candle right here, which is the order block, prior to then reversing and dropping down once more. And we can look at this setup on the 1 minute as well for some confluence. You can see price push down and right here, this down close candle respects this down close candle quite nicely. If you look at the bodies of the candles over here and at the body of the candle right here, you can see it respects it quite nicely. And then it reverses, pushes back up once more, fully repricing the remaining fair value gap and touching the order block. So nice and quick setup on the 3 minute, which is also supported on the 1 minute. And then you can see we go down a little bit all towards the 8:30 news event where we push down. So this is this big candle right here. We push down and then price starts to push up above these highs, not yet attacking these highs over here, and then price starts to push down, stays there for a bit, consolidates, and then eventually it starts to reprice higher. Right here you can see it starts the uptrend, it accelerates, and then it really pushes higher right here, really going up. And then we have a setup right here. It's just like a quick, like we have a little bit of a retracement here, and in this retracement we have a short setup from this high to this low. You can see price push down quite quickly below these lows right here, below this low and this low, and when kind of like halfway towards these order blocks right here, and there's still a fair value gap down here which we expect price to move into. And so we have a fair value gap right here. Price pushes back up into a premium, repricing the fair value gap, and then it continues lower, filling in this imbalance right here, this fair value gap, and going all the way into these down close candles, which are an order block. And then it reverses a bit, stays here a bit, like it consolidates here for quite some time prior to then pushing higher once more. And in this consolidation we actually have another setup. It took quite a while to play out, but if we pull out the Fib tool from this low to this high right here, as I said, it's quite a long setup. But if we pull that out, we can see, there is a couple of fair value gaps right here. And I'm going to draw them out like so. Yeah, let's do it like this. So we can see price consolidates here in a premium, eventually comes down here, touches the discount, or goes into the fair value gap, touches the discount once, goes back up, and then fully goes down, repricing the whole fair value gap, goes into a deeper premium. But if you look at the bodies of these candles and the body of this candle over here, which is the order block, we can see they respect this order block perfectly. So it's quite a long setup, so it took quite a while to play out, as this order block formed at 10:18 and these candles formed at 11:34. So over an hour, the price just consolidated, but eventually it drops down into a discount, fully repricing the fair value gap, respecting this order block perfectly. Then it starts to move up higher. First here, comes back down, nearly touches the discount, and then shoots off. And this retracement right here is actually a setup on the 3 minute. So if we now move over from this low to this high right here, we can see if we go to the 3 minute, price took out this swing high right here, so with a market structure break, and we have a value gap down here. Actually, what's remaining after this move down, we can see, this is a high, low, and then we have a higher high, so we kind of have an uptrend here already, but then price pushes down, fully reprices the fair value gap prior to then pushing up higher. So that's a nice 3 minute setup at the end of this consolidation prior to the next up leg. And yeah, that was the last setup for the up leg, and then we have 2 more setups in this retracement right here, which happened like from, after lunch. This was the retracement all the way to like 3:30 p.m. prior to having one more up leg right here. And in this retracement, as I said, we have two setups. The first one formed right here. We can see we have a value gap right here. So first, from the high to the low, price drops down quite quickly, taking out this low and going into this fair value gap. Not really fully repricing it yet, not touching this order block yet, so we expect it to go lower. Price comes back up into a premium, goes into the fair value gap, respects this up close candle right here. If you look at the bodies of these candles right here, the body of this candle, these candles respect this body beautifully, and then price consolidates a bit and eventually starts to drop lower. So nice setup on the 3 minute, and then we have one more setup on the 1 minute. If we drop down, and it's pretty much the last setup prior price reaching this order block, and it is right in here. So take the swing high to the swing low. We can see there is a nice fair value gap right here, which price moved into. As you can see, the bodies of the candles respect the fair value gap, only the wicks go through. The same is true for this order block, only the wicks touch it, no body goes into it, and then price drops down once more, finally reaching this order block right here. So these down close candles, which on the 3 minute we saw is the order block right here, and then we finally reach that. Price stays here for a bit, consolidates, and then, as I said, it pushes up once more, and then it starts to consolidate a bit again, reverse, and pushes into the close, taking out this high again. Okay, so now with that, we've looked at all these setups from yesterday. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you agree with me. If you did, leave a like. And yeah, if you have any suggestions, as usual, let me know in the comment section down below. So yeah, I wish you guys a nice weekend. I hope I see you again next week. I hope you're safe, and yeah, bye.